Okay, it's time to make homemade bacon. No, we're not going to slaughter a pig, but we are going to cure the meat ourselves. It is a 7-day process, so stick with me and save this video for later. We are making pork bacon, so if you don't eat pork, you don't need to tell me in the comments. Just Google a recipe for beef bacon. I'm going to start with a 10-pound slab of pork belly from Costco. Because it's so big, I'm going to cut it in half. I like a savory cure, so the base of the cure is going to be 1/4 cup of sea salt, 1/2 cup of raw cane sugar, 1 tablespoon of ground pepper. I'm then going to add crushed bay leaves, fresh thyme, fennel seeds, smoked paprika, and red pepper flakes. Now, the most important part of the cure is the combination of salt and sugar. You can change up the additional flavors any way you want. Now, make sure you cover your slab completely with the cure and then seal it in a Ziploc bag. Ziploc actually makes 2-pound bags for this, so don't use these regular gallon bags like I'm doing. It's just what I had at the moment. Leave me alone. And next, we're going to yeet our slabs all the way to the refrigerator, and we will refrigerate our slabs for 5 to 7 days. Over these 5 to 7 days, the cure is going to draw moisture out of the meat. That's when you know your cure is working. But the key is to flip over your meat once a day to make sure that it's curing evenly. On the last day, rinse your meat off, dry off your meat completely, pat it down with like a paper towel or a towel. Then we're going to stick it back in the fridge uncovered for 24 hours. You can't skip this step, you guys. It's an important step for flavor development. Next, it's time to smoke our meat. I'm going to set my smoker for 180 degrees, and I'm going to smoke it for about 4 hours or until the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees. Side note, I really like to use wired thermometers as opposed to wireless thermometers. It just works better in my opinion. Now, for the final step, I'm going to let my meat cool. I'm going to do a little taste test, and then I'm going to wrap it in parchment paper and put it in the fridge for 4 hours to prepare for slicing. Look, you guys, we made bacon. Now, I have a meat slicer. You don't need one. You can just use a really sharp knife, but a meat slicer is helpful, obviously. I'm going to keep most of this bacon in the freezer, but when you're ready to eat it, you just cook it up, fry it up like you would bacon from the grocery store. Get them nice and crispy, stovetop or oven, whatever you prefer. Bon appetit.